bringing the stormtrooper everywhere he went. So kind of a fun little thing. People will put.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
It's like they do the little giraffe thing. People will bring around a toy giraffe and take photos of it everywhere. And I don't know. It's a kind of fun little shtick. But
I found a little Batman in my pocket from my son, and I did that for a couple of days. I didn't keep it up because I gave it back to him, but it's a nice idea.
This guy's been doing it a while. I mean, the guy's from up north, and he's taken pictures all around Tampa of this little stormtrooper figure, and he's a big beer fan, so he takes pictures of it by a lot of different beers. And
I'm sure he does.
Oh, Jesus. I'm going to mute him again.
What does that mean? What does that mean?
Should I mute him? I should mute him.
I'm sure he does in a salacious manner. What does it mean?
Is he angry? John's been angry lately.
Firstly, Gav, you've just said that you went out there with your little Batman. You know what I mean? You're just plagiarising, aren't you?
What?
What does that even mean?
I did it 3 years ago.
John's
Exactly. You're copying other people. Somebody else's coat.
You know what? There I am. I see myself right there. Look at this. I found the photo. Come back. Go back. Look at that. Look at that. That is me right there. Gav, I apologize. Can you see me on video, Gav?
I can, yeah.
Oh, you can? Can you?
Yeah.
Can you see the stormtrooper?
Mike's thinking of doing it, actually. He's thinking of getting himself...
I'm going to do it with your head after you get here because you're being a pain in the ass.
No, it's going to be a big dildo. That's what it's going to be.
All right, John.
John.
John got muted. John got muted again. So this guy takes pictures of his stormtrooper all over. I thought it was pretty awesome because he hosted me on the website, and I was lighting some barley malts on fire. John, can you keep it together for a second? Nod your head. There we go. All right. John's...
Hang on. Can I just say, you don't mute the co...
Anyways.
He goes around with his stormtrooper.
Okay, yeah. You know what? John, have some respect here.
Hang on. I've got an opinion. This is what this show's about, isn't it?
No. This show's about who gives a shit.
It's a dictatorship. That's what it is.
It's a dictatorship. Yes, John, it's a dictatorship. All right, John, voice your opinion. Get it out there. And off-gas your anger, and you've been really angry, man. I think you're just stressed out.
Gav?
Gav, are you there?
Okay.
I'm here. I'm just waiting for John's spleen to vent.
Mr. Wilson.
Right, listen.
Gav, just want to introduce you to our I guess he's our version of Hal the computer from 2001 Space Odyssey by Stanley Kubrick. He is a prick. Hello, Mr. Gav.
Hello, how are you?
I'm fine.
I'm a big fan of Hal, actually.
I am not Hal, but I'm just as good. Mr. Wilson?
Daisy.
Right?
Stop being a douche. Oh, jeez. We want to welcome Big MC, our other co-host to the box. Mike, how you doing today, man? We got Gav on the line from Funny Looking Live.
How are you, sir? How's everybody today?
Good.
Everything sounding good from this end?
Everything sounded good from this end. We were talking about some Star Wars. I want to make sure everybody goes to keyboard. Is it Keyboard Devil? Was it? Darn it, all the F.
Hey.
John.
Mike's definitely got the fucking Princess Leia headphones on.
He does. Gav, I wish you could see Mike there. He's got, I get him these big-ass headphones. They're like, they stick out kind of like this, and they look like, if they were brown, they'd look just like Princess Leia hair.
I don't know. I don't know much about Star Wars, and I heard you guys talking. You guys were way about anything I know, but I did hear one thing that you guys probably know. Maybe you talked about it.
I'll just back up there for a second.
Well, let me just, before you guys go on, let me just tell it one more time. It's keyboarddevil.com/stormtrooper. You can see all the photos of this guy taking the pictures of stormtroopers all over the place. Please check him out. Great site, great guy. Go ahead, John.
Yeah, just very quickly. No spoilers, guys. No spoilers.
Okay, we're not going to do spoilers. This isn't that kind of show.
No. Trust me, I've seen one in 1977. If you haven't seen it by now, you're in trouble.
The new one, Mike. The new one, Mike.
I remember it was like space people at the beach, from what I took out of it. But
angry.
I heard that Disney's not going to license or use images of the golden bikini anymore because they think it's too risque. Did you read all that?
Oh yeah, they're doing away with all those images. They're fully doing away with all those images, and that's Disney's whole thing is that whole wholesome thing. Even though as we were talking earlier, Song of the South was right up Mr. Disney's alley in his anti-Semitic self.
Well, it's easy to throw stones when you're running a house.
Yeah, I mean, he was definitely one of the most anti-Semitic jackasses on the block. And that whole copyright thing, when they extended their copyright for God knows how long, when it was supposed to go into public domain, it 50 years after? And then when it came up to 50 years, they pretty much strong-armed the government to push their push it away from the public domain, which is absolute bullshit. It'd be kind of cool to see what everybody would be doing with it, but it is what it is, I guess.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Yes, it was absolutely crazy. Now, on another Star Wars tip, this is a little Star Warsy, Mike. I know you're not the biggest Star Wars fan, but we're gonna jump.
No, let's go.
This is pretty interesting. There's this lawyer that came out, and he was pretty much talking about the whole Han Solo and shot Greedo first, and he said he did it legally according to this lawyer's opinion, which is, I mean, he had a gun pointed at him. I mean, Greedo was pointing a gun at him in the freaking cantina for one. So he goes, Gab, you still there, buddy? Oh,
I'm here.
Okay, just making sure. It says internet connection problem on my computer. I just want to make sure you're all good. Right. It says,
turn off your video, Mike. I don't have a good stream.
Okay. There you go. All right, you should be all set now. So he goes, so look, we all know Han shot first in the original Star Wars. It doesn't matter. I mean, obviously he shot first because I don't think did Greedo even get a shot off?
Nope.
No, that's what I thought. I don't even think he got a shot off. It's been so long since I saw that one. But he said...
they added a shot in.
Do what now?
They added a shot in the news. In the reworked version, they added it so it looked like Greedo shot first.
Oh, that's right. I knew there was something weird about that. When they read...
Because I watched it the other day, and it still makes me angry.
George... So what you're saying is Greedo, in the original, Greedo's gun goes off first?
No, in the original, Han shoots Greedo, bang.
Yeah.
In the reworked version, they reworked it because they didn't want their hero looking like a murderer. So they reworked it so it's a bit messy, but the Greedo seems to shoot first and then Han shoots back.
I don't see how he could have looked like a murderer. The guy had a gun pointed in him, right at him. I mean, Greedo's sitting there holding a gun right at him the whole time. That's why.
In the reworked version, there's that awful scene where Han Solo goes in and meets Jabba the Hutt and just basically repeats the whole conversation he's just had.
Oh, I know. You talk about where Jabba's just floating about or just squirming about.
Just outside the fog. It's just pointless. It's pointless.
Yeah.
That's why it was cut in the first place.
No, he didn't even talk to Jabba in that first one. They added it in the remake or the rework of it.
They shot that scene with a human being.
Right.
Jabba the Hutt. It's out there, but the reason I think they did it was they just wanted to put Boba Fett in there because Boba Fett's the most popular and saleable character, so they was just kind of shoehorning him in.
Yeah, I thought that was a bit much. I mean, all the crap they did in those remakes, those reworks, were just a mess.
Disney's going to re-release a digitally remastered original cut.
Really?
Yeah, and I'd be interested in that.
I would definitely be interested in checking those out because I'd rather see the original cut than anything else.
Yeah.
Let's see. So the lawyer goes, it doesn't matter what the new continuity says, obviously, with the bullshit adding the shot in what George Lucas did to butcher his original creation. The evidence is clear. But what we can question whether or not Han did to Greedo is actually legal. And he's talking about an actual taking this fantasy and putting it into a legal realm, which I thought was kind of interesting. And is Han Solo in the right when he guns down Jabba the Hutt's little errand boy? Or was he really dead wrong? So this guy pretty much dug into the legal ramifications of such things. And in Florida, I think Han Solo would have been all good because it's he was pretty much put into a situation where his life was being threatened, and he decided to take up his weapon and shoot first. So I think so. He pretty much says just that. He's justified. You can check out the full rationale over here. And what he did was he put in some fine legalese that he did a nice legal workup about it.
That's bollocks. Have you never heard of so much shite in all your life?
Oh, come on, John. This is coming from a Star Wars fan, and I thought this was kind of a fun little side project he's doing here.
No, it's not fun. He's got obviously too much time on his hands. What I'm saying is this, right? Obviously, he's a renegade. He's just shot somebody with a gun. We don't care. We're great. He's just shot a bad guy. He's just shot a bad guy.
He might not have been a bad guy. He's just a guy that happened to have a gun.
Greedo was a woman.
Was it a woman?
Just
Yeah,
a
it was
bad
played
woman.
by Greedo. If you look at Greedo, played by a woman actor, and also Greedo was wearing kitten heels. True story.
Really?
Yep.
Well, I'll have to look that one up. Well, he shot a woman, but the woman pointed a gun in his face. Sometimes
but she had. Now let's unpack this.
Yep.
Greedo was a bounty hunter. Yes.
No, Greedo was an errand boy.
No. Big Greedo was a bounty hunter. Greedo was collecting the bounty, which was placed legally on the head of Han Solo by Jabba the Hutt. So, as a bounty hunter, they are officers of the law.
Oh, this is true. This is true.
So, Greedo had the legal right to have a weapon drawn on this fugitive, and Han Solo basically murdered an officer of the law who was taking Han in legally.
Interesting. What do you think about that, John?
Interesting.
Bounty on his head. Greedo was a bounty hunter. Boba Fett is a bounty hunter. Therefore, bounty hunters are legal entities, aren't they?
Well, are they legal entities or are they just a bounty hunter for a gangster? That's a different scenario.
Well, but if you look at the bounty hunters in Episode 2 and Empire Strikes Back, they're all working for the government.
Right, but Boba Fett and Greedo weren't working for the government. They were working for a gangster.
No. Bounties are bounties. So, like, you can have civil claims as well as federal. All of the bounty hunters were pulled in by the Empire to search for Han Solo as well. So there was a civil case against him, which was Jabba. It was financial based. It was contract. Basically, he did not fulfill his contract. It was a very large expense. So there was a civil claim. So that's the bounty was pulled in there, and then of course there was the federal claim of being a rebel traitor by the Empire. So I think he's a murderer.
There we go. We have it straight from a very, very, very good argument there, Gav. I think I might even change my mind now, man. That's a pretty you sold me, I think, on that one. But I'd have to see I'd have to see the credentials of Greedo. Greedo could have just been a rogue bounty hunter.
No, he was a bounty hunter. You've just been told this.
I get that, but he could have been a rogue. You can hunt for people and track them down and just take them back. We have bounty hunters.
It was all to do with their law, wasn't it? They were legitimate.
You're right. I mean, he was taking him back to Jabba, so Jabba could take care of him. So I don't know. You never know. I mean, I think this is an interesting argument. I'll have to say, Mike, what do you think?
I don't think anything about this. I'm completely into this because I don't have any facts to support my side or either side, to be truthful.
This is true.
So I'd love to have an opinion, but I'm not going to just give you one without any founded evidence.
Well, I'll have to post this. I'll post this thing online, Gav. It's an Uprocks article up from uprocks.com, and I think you'll find it interesting. A nice little interesting read, and for maybe something further to build your case on. I'll have to say that. I think that'd be kind of interesting. But going with the Star Wars theme, my favorite movie. You said what your favorite movie was. Mine was Empire Strikes Back. I just like how dark it was and how the ending wasn't all this super joyous and fun ending. But there's this church in Germany who is offering a Star Wars service, like the Zion Church in Berlin is hosting a special service on Sunday to coincide the release of Star Wars: The Force Awakens. And according to the church's website, wir feiern ein Star Wars Gottstätten vor Advent Berlin mit... I can't understand German. I wish I could. The organist will interpret the music from the Jedi score, and it'll just be kind of a fun thing for the parishioners to have. I just think it's a scam to get people in the church, but that's just me. So he's like, more we talk about, it's more we saw parallels to Christian traditions in the film, is what the guy said. We want to make these analogies clear to the congregation. Oh, this is good. This is rich. I hate to go that route and all for all those devout followers of the Jedi religion. So yeah, so they're doing a thing. I find that kind of hilarious. These churches are trying to become up to date with all their new things, and it's just I think that's kind of